All right, should be live now. Just kind of getting on here to make sure that we're. Yep. Okay. Cool. We're there. Um, all right. Well, hey, let's go ahead and get started. I know we don't have uh, too much time. Um, but this is I am back here again with another artist from the UK. I know it's probably a little later for you, probably like 8:30 or something like that.
It's
Um,
30 now.
10:30.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, oh yeah, because you guys are +1 right now. So, thank you for staying up with us. To share a little bit about yourself. I'm glad that you were able to make it. I know we kind of just got you added here recently,
Yeah.
but I know I've always enjoyed seeing your artwork. Anytime I think we actually pulled a couple in some masterwork recently, but um, why don't you go ahead and we got Jay Manchand on with us. I think I said that right. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and what was your first set that you did with Tops.
So I'm in the UK. I went to college, studied art, took a 5-year gap, and then just started painting again. Got back into it and put myself into university and studied fine art. Got a bachelor's and then my master's after that. A completely different work. I was painting frogs and doing a lot of work on conservation, which is completely different. And they did not love me doing the top stuff. Uh, yeah, and my first top set was Rogue One Series 2.
Cool. Hey, that's a good good set to start on. I love Drogo One as a movie. And I think a lot of people share that sentiment with me as well. So, um, I'm really curious though. I see you got something going on in the background. I've been
Yeah,
dying
it's a
to
little,
ask you this whole time. Tell me a little
it's
bit
a
about what
little,
you got going on.
this is a canvas commission that I'm working on at the moment. And it's for a buyer that just kind of, he liked my work and he said he liked a lot of the helmets that I do. So he kind of wanted just a medley of loads of different characters with helmets just painted on a canvas for him.
That's that's incredible. I can see the Mandalorian front and center. Let's see what we
Yeah.
got. Phasma, Cody. Looks like maybe a shock trooper or something. Django, Vader, scout trooper, all sorts of stuff. It's very very cool, and I can see you've got some other ones kind of penciled out as well. Um,
Yeah. It's going to
that's
go far up and then there's going to be a little bit of a space scene with a few different ships and things. There's
mm,
no strict to it. It's just kind of a mixture of a bit of everything.
Yeah, no, that's really really cool. I didn't know you were working on that. I'd love to see that if you don't mind sharing. Once you're done with that, sharing that in the
Yeah.
group. I'm sure we'd all love to see that. I can just tell the detail on all of those helmets is incredible. Um, so, like I said, I know we pulled a couple of your cards in 2019 Masterwork. I just did a couple group breaks of that recently, and it was funny. We actually got back-to-back cases with the same exact three artists in it, which was kind of funny. But yours was in there, so that was nice that we got yours in both. And I think they were both helmets, like you were talking about. I think there was like a clone trooper and maybe a stormtrooper or something. But do you particularly like clones or other helmets, or is there a reason that that seems to be a theme right here?
Not really. I think I really enjoy drawing just the shine on metal and just doing different lighting effects on helmets. I like the just the look it gives, especially with coloured pencils. Obviously, this is painted, but it's a completely different technique. But I just enjoy the different ways it comes out. But no, I actually prefer drawing aliens.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I'm just looking at the visors, and it looks like there's a glare. It doesn't make any sense to me. So that's really really cool. Um, Now, one of the other things I actually noticed, and I know you just said you like drawing aliens. I've seen helmets, but one of the other things that I think I've noticed from you, um, if I'm remembering correctly, is like scenes and landscapes.
Yeah.
Have you done a handful of those for sets that we've seen?
Yeah, I've done quite a lot of landscapes. I try to mix it up a little bit. So, um, whereas one set I'll do a set of portraits, and I kind of set myself a theme. So, I don't know, Masterwork 2019, I did all Rebels characters. Masterwork 18, I did a mixture of a few different characters. Masterwork 17, I think, was all Jabba's Palace aliens. But yeah, I like to mix it up, and the landscapes for me, I just enjoy painting them. They don't take quite as long as portrait. I tend to spend quite a lot of time on the portraits. So yeah, I just landscapes for me is quite enjoyable to do, especially when there's such small details on them.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could see where that would be a little bit quicker because you're not trying to get the face just right and the eyes and all that
Yeah.
stuff. I think was it Skywalker Saga? Did you do a bunch of landscapes for that? I feel like I saw one of Anakin and Padme in front of the waterfall on the Boo, or like the big long waterfall. Was that you who did that one? Do you remember that?
Yes. Yeah, that was me.
I know I
Yeah.
just saw that one on eBay. I think I remember seeing somebody pull one of yours. Um, that was Anakin and Padme, and I think Obi-Wan on the Reek,
Yes.
on
Yeah.
Geonosis with the droidicas around. I remember seeing that, and I think that was actually, I reached out to you after that, and
I think in that live video.
yeah, it was such a cool card, and I hadn't seen really much that was like a scene like that. I thought that was really unique. So that's kind of cool that you're saying that you're able to do those so much quicker. Um, but tell us a little bit about, because Rogue One Series 2 was quite a while ago. Tell us a little bit about how your art has progressed from the start when you started with tops to now, most specifically in relation to your cards.
So for my first set for tops, being Rogue One Series 2, I had no idea what I was doing. I've never worked on that scale before. I was used to drawing sort of 9 by 11 inches or 11 by 14 inches, and then got the gig doing the tops cards. So the first set, I just did it all in pencil work, and I don't know why, because I hate working in pencils. I can't. I'm not very good with graphite, so I did it, and I hated every single card I put out there. But it was a foot in the door, so it was a good way to get started, and I learned quite a lot from that first set.
And they invited you back, so that's
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Um, and we're certainly glad they did because we love the art that you put out there for us. Now, what kind of mediums do you like to? I think you've kind of touched on it a little bit, but what are your favorite mediums to use? And I mean, I guess I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like, maybe you don't have, maybe you're not able to use it as much on the cards, but maybe you have a different favorite medium or something like that.
Um, I kind of go between acrylic and coloured pencils. I've got Copic markers. I use them occasionally. I've done a few PSCs with them. They're great for conventions because you can kind of just sketch something out quite quickly. If someone's kind of at your table having a look at what you're doing, it's quite nice to not be stuck into a piece that's going to take hours and hours. So, yeah, the Copic markers, I probably haven't mastered them quite yet, but I kind of use them more for fun. For me, it's mostly acrylic painting. I love working in acrylics. I've tried a little bit of oil here and there, but yeah, I just love working in acrylics.
Sorry, I, I keep muting myself and unmuting myself. So it takes me a second to get my mouse back over there. But yeah, no, I think the acrylics are really cool. I always enjoy seeing that, because it's not something we see as often on the cards.
Yeah,
That the card stock isn't always the best, and so we're not able to see that as often. Um, but anyways, do you have some stuff there that you
yeah.
have to show us, your style, and then also obviously the like behind you is not for sale. But do you have anything
Yeah.
that's for sale as well?
Yeah, I've got a bunch of APs in front of me. You mentioned the Skywalker saga, and I've got a few here. So I've got this scene from Return of the Jedi, and that's sort of over the shoulder of Boba Fett looking at Luke on the skiff, and that one's painted in acrylics.
Now let me ask you something here before we move on from that one. I'm
Yeah.
not. I'll try to make it quick so your arm doesn't get tired. This to me, so this is again why I thought it was so unique, or not necessarily so unique, but it really caught my eye when I saw that or the scene with the reek and in the arena. Was that it felt like to me that it was almost an angle that you don't necessarily see. I don't know. I haven't watched Return of the Jedi in a long time, but was that a scene from the movie, that angle, or was that something that you did on your own from that, behind Boba's shoulder? Does that make sense?
No, that is from a scene. I tend to go through hundreds of screenshots from the movies and just pick ones that I like the look of. I don't know, I just pick ones that appeal to me, whether it's color or angles or kind of the depth of buildings in the distance. I did one for Galactic Files, I think, of the Mos Eisley spaceport. Just as the land speed is kind of going through, and I really liked how the buildings were fading out in perspective. So yeah, just kind of different, whichever appeals to me at the time. For example, the sandcrawler scene. I mean, you're not going to be able to zoom on the detail on that very well, but
Yeah. So I don't know. I think those are really really cool. And I know you said you like drawing the aliens, but to me that was something that really caught my eye. I just I guess it's just a very small glimpse in the movie to the point where I didn't even remember that exact angle. But I think that's really cool that you're able to bring that to your artwork.
thank you. For the last set, which was Chrome Perspectives, I originally signed up to do the Rise of Skywalker Series 2, but for some reason, I think my cards must have gotten lost in the post. I accepted the invite and they said, yeah, you're accepted. And then the cards never turned up and they asked me where the scans were. And I was like, well, I didn't get the blanks, so I didn't do the cards. So I kind of missed out and I was really gutted about that because I really wanted to do some Rise of Skywalker landscapes. So for Chrome Perspectives, I just did a whole batch of landscapes for Rise of Skywalker, which obviously aren't released yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I tried to, in as easiest way possible, try to kind of tell the events of the film from start to finish, which in 30 cards was kind of difficult, but we got close enough at least.
Yeah, well, and there's a lot of really great, new planets and scenery in the movie to be able to pick from. So that's cool. I'm looking forward to seeing them. I can't wait for Sketchfest whenever that set does get released. So that we can see those. Jamie Richards is saying, "Show us your baby Yoda painting. Do you have a baby Yoda painting or something?"
Hi, Jamie. I think he means this one. It's an on canvas panel. I think that's the one he's asking about, or
Probably.
possibly I did a drawing as well. These are all up on the booth post. It could have
Oh
been this one,
wow,
and that one's coloured pencils.
that's colored pencil. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy. That doesn't look. I mean, it's like shining out. I mean, it's colored pencil. That doesn't make any sense to me. But
layers
um,
and layers.
so now I know you showed me those two APs from Skywalker Saga. Do you have anything else laying around that's available?
Yeah, I've got Women of Star Wars. So we've got this one.
Ooh, we've got a an Ayla collector in Hawaii, Jeffrey Lee. I don't know if he's been on any of these videos yet, but that's incredible.
Thank you. We've got a Padme.
Oh yeah.
Kira, and then a Jin.
Oh, very
I didn't
nice.
actually this Jin back, but she turned up and I was like, okay, I'm cool with it. It's fine.
Oh, you didn't request that, but she showed up.
No.
Well, I mean,
um,
hey, you can't go wrong with gins. So, um,
exactly.
awesome, awesome. Oh, Preston says he's also an Ayla collector. Well, that's cool. So I'm glad that you've got some of those available. Let's. I'm gonna. If you got anything else you wanted to show, you can. Oh no.
Masterworks
2019.
2019. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. I don't know how that's still
Uh,
available. Oh, look at the
I'm kind
Inquisitor.
of
Oh, that's
posting
so good. Oh, and
Zeb.
Zeb, how do you
Uh,
still have these?
um, I I kind of post them once when the set releases, and then I kind of just put them in a drawer and forget about them. I don't post them on eBay or anything. I just kind of post them once. Occasionally, I'll post a group shot of all the APs I've got together.
Hmm. That I mean, those are incredible. That Zeb is. I mean, Zeb's not even my favorite character from Rebels, but that Zeb is insane. Um, I love the Inquisitor one. That's a really nice one too. I don't know if Allison's still hanging around. She's a big Rebels fan, as I'm sure you know. I'm trying to pull up your. There it is. Here's your booth.
Kai picked up the Darth Vader from those APs,
Mm.
I believe.
He didn't pick up
But he's
Ahsoka. Interesting.
interesting.
um,
Still there.
all right, so let's go ahead and I've got your booth pulled up here. You're not really going to be able to see it unless you've got it pulled up on your computer or something. You'll be on a delay, but commissions are open. It looks like, and from what I remember, your commission price is very very good. A couple APs. It looks like your Women of Star Wars. That Ray. I'm not surprised that's gone. So you must have done a lot of cards. You ended up getting 6 APs back.
Yeah, I so in the first lot of sets, I tended to take on sort of anywhere between 50 and 80, but the last sort of 4 or 5 sets, I've done 30-ish.
Okay.
I've just had commissions and things lately, so I've kind of had to take reduced amounts of the sketches.
Mm-hmm. This Knights of Ren and Kylo puzzle looks really really cool. Is that a puzzle or is that a pano?
Say puzzle, two different.
Um, Baby Yoda that you just showed us,
Yeah,
and looks like a Boba. Are the Baby Yodas you showed us, are those available too?
yeah, yeah. They're both available.
Oh, Yak Face, nice. That's awesome. I know we've got a couple people who collect some of the Jabba's Palace people. We got Jabba right here, and these are all okay. 9 by 12. Thank you for converting out of metric for us.
It took a while.
Greedo, very nice. Yeah, so this stuff is all much larger than a card.
Yeah.
Um, do you enjoy drawing on the larger pieces? Is this kind of like your this 9 by 12 inch paper? Is that kind of like your preferred size you like to do?
Yeah, I kind of either the 9 by 12 or something like the huge canvas. I just like working bigger. I enjoy the sketch cards,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I definitely prefer working bigger. I think I put out better work when it's on a larger scale.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely understand that. Allison's debating on the Inquisitor. Allison, you should definitely do that. Um, Kai, we'll get back to your question here in a second. Um, Brian Seavey said that Ray is on her way to him, and he's impatiently waiting for the U.S. Customs. This mall on here. Um,
Even I'm
really,
checking the tracking on that.
yeah, everything's been a little slow, but I'm sure it'll get there in no time. Um, oh, here you go. I think Jamie was looking for this one. But yeah, this stuff's incredible, Jay. Like I said, I've seen your work a lot, and I I definitely love the work that you do and all the unique, you know, uh, things that you do. You do the portraits, you do the landscapes, all that stuff. Kai was just asking if you could tell us again, for those who missed it, what do you have going on in the background?
So this is a canvas commission for a buyer in the UK, and he pretty much just gave me free rein on it. He said, "I've kind of got an idea of what I want. I like that the way you do helmets and reflections, so I'd quite like just a bunch of them all together on a canvas." So I was like, "Cool," and we chatted a lot. I don't even send him many progress pictures. I sent him one today just because I knew it would be in the background of this. I kind of wanted him to see it first. But yeah, he seems really happy with it. I said it
Yeah,
was an early May the 4th present for him.
it was an early what?
Early May the 4th present.
Oh, yeah. That's I mean that thing is insane and such a cool idea to do that. I did want to switch over one more time to my screen. Here were the APs, a couple of the APs that Jay just showed us for 2019 Masterwork. It looks like he's got a couple 2018s as well. But the Inquisitor, Ahsoka, Zeb, and as you can see, they look even better in person or even on that camera than they do in these scans even, because the green on Zeb really popped when he held it up to the camera, as did the red on the Inquisitor. So very cool cards, and I recognize those from the troopers that we pulled in the cases that we got your cards from. So anyways, we don't have too much time left here. We're going to go ahead and get it wrapped up. Did you have anything else you wanted to share or say to the people watching?
I've got a couple of comic sketch covers because I tend to do quite a lot of those as well. And I do all of these in painted acrylics, so these are all sold. These are all commissions. So there's one.
Can you go back to the last one? That Mandalorian's ridiculous. That's so cool. The shine on the Mandalorian's helmet, but the Boba, it looks. I like blinked because of the way that it's like. It looks like the sun is like hitting his visor. That's beautiful.
And then there's another one.
Oh, I love that. Can't go wrong with Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, so I've got 7 Bounty Hunter blanks and 2 Star Wars Legends left, I think.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
if anyone wants to, just drop me a message.
Yeah, definitely. So just a personal message, probably the best way to get a hold of you?
Yeah, absolutely. Just on Facebook, Messenger, Instagram.
Okay, perfect. Well, hey, again, the Instagram is up at the top of the screen. Thank you again for joining us, Jay. It was a pleasure talking to you. For anybody who hasn't already, make sure you go over to the event page. Scroll all the way to the bottom so you can see all the artist booths. Make sure you stop at Jay's as you're scrolling and check out what he's got. He's got a lot of amazing artwork, a lot of the licensed APs still. Some original larger pieces if you're looking for that. And if you don't see anything that you want but you love his art, reach out to him, get a commission. You might think it might cost £1,000, but I assure you he is a very reasonable price that you're going to be very probably surprised with when you reach out to him. So give him a shout. If you're unable to purchase anything, leave a comment and make sure you let him know that you are enjoying what he does. I've been forgetting to talk about these again, so I'm going to kind of bring them up here real quick while I remembered it. We've got a couple badges. I'm going to flip myself over to the big screen real quick. So we've got a couple of these badges. There are only 100 of the what we called the 4-day pass ones for the attendees available. So make sure you guys, while you're scrolling to the bottom of the page, you're going to see this down at the bottom along with the buttons. There's a post for buttons as well with the same logo. And they're like $1 a piece. Like I said, we've only got 100 of these ones. The buttons, I think we ordered like 100 as well. Grab yours while you can. I know half of them are already gone. On the back, it's got some information about the event this weekend. This is just, you didn't need this obviously to attend, but it was just more of I don't know, we're nerds and felt a little more real and all that good stuff. So. Grab yours while you can. Mike Helcom is going to be shipping them all out. This is the exhibitor one. It's it's kind of hard to see, but it's got a green background, and these are going to be, we've got one for every single one of the artists, including you, Jay. So we'll make sure to get that to you when we can. So thank you again for joining us.
Thanks for
And
organising.
yeah, absolutely. So anyways, thanks. I'm glad you were able to get in here, and we'll see everybody here in just a couple minutes with Madison Emmerich.
Awesome. Thank you very much.